Hey, how you doing? This is a freight broker agent contract. It's what you will sign as a freight broker agent when you contract to a freight brokerage as a freight broker agent. That's today's topic in this FBTV video. FBTV Freight Broker TV. It's TGIF Friday, February 18th. I'm Mike. I am your host for FBTV. I'm the lead consultant at Taltoa. Taltoa, if you didn't know, is a training and consulting firm. We specialize in training, consulting for freight brokers, freight broker agents, even trucking companies. We can work with them. We've been doing this for over 20 years, training and consulting transportation professionals from across the board. Our training's live and in-depth. You can go to our website at Taltoa.com, Taltoa.com. We're going to be talking today about a broker-agent agreement. That is for a freight broker agent. Now, while I'm saying that, I might as well tell you, if you're thinking about becoming a freight broker agent, and we recommend to the majority of our clients that that's how they begin their career, because that's going to allow you to begin gaining experience, real-life experience, building a customer base, so that once you've got all that built, you can start your own brokerage, and, the business is already built. Now, that takes us to the contract, okay? These broker-agent agreements. First of all, understand that it doesn't matter who you're contracting to as an agent. Your customers are your customers. Now, what I mean by that is when you get ready to leave that company, whoever you're working for, to go out on your own or maybe move on to another brokerage as an agent, your customers go with you. The broker you're with, they shouldn't say, no, you can't take your customers with you. If there's anything in that contract that would not let you take your own customers, walk away. You're the one putting the time, the effort, the blood, the sweat, the tears into building that relationship with that customer. Believe me, I've said this before. That shipper, that customer, they're not buying your company. They're buying you. Okay? Because you will have had a relationship with that person in shipping. They know they can trust you. They know you give good customer service. And they know that you'll be there when they need. Okay? Now, another thing you want to make sure that's not in that broker-agent agreement is any type of a no-compete clause. No-compete means that, okay, once you quit my company, you can't work in the industry for X amount of time, be it 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever it might be. Matter of fact, we had a client at Taltoa. It's been a year or two ago, but they had came to us for training, and they were already contracted to a broker to work as an agent, but in that contract, they couldn't go out here and work for anybody else. It had a no compete. So even though they were working as a broker agent, once they completed our training, if they wanted to move on to another company, they weren't going to be able to. They would have to lay low out of the industry for X amount of time. Non-competes are not good for a brokerage. Now, commissions. Standard commission, you'll see this pretty much across the board. Standard commission for a broker agent is 60% of net. Okay, what is net? Net is the difference between what the customer paid you to move the load and what you actually pay the truck. So if you had a customer, they agreed to pay you $2,000 to move a load from point A to point B, and you obtained a truck to move that load, you negotiated with the truck, and they agreed to move the load for $1,600, well, there would be a $400 net. Customer paid you $2,000, you paid the truck $1,600, that's $400 difference. That's where you're making your commission. 60%, if you're on a standard contract, of that $400 would be yours. Now, I say standard, that's average. I've seen 60, well, let's go back, 60% of $400 is going to be $240, obviously, so that would be your commission on that one load. Now, 60 is average. I've seen it as low as 40%. I've seen it as high as 75, 80%, and don't get all excited about that, because most of the times when you start seeing the commissions get up there 70, 75, 80%, you've got to jump through so many hoops, you're never going to get to that level. Generally, you're going to be right there at 60% level. Now, let's talk about the other side of the spectrum. There are 40%. It's been my experience that anybody trying to pay an agent 40% commission, generally, if the agent will look, if you look at the contract real close, you'll find that you're not actually contracting to a brokerage, you're contracting to an agent of that freight brokerage. So therefore, you're becoming a sub-agent of that agent. The agent, the one that has the direct contract with the brokerage, they're probably doing 60% commission. They're paying you 40%. You see what I'm saying? So they're getting 20% override off your business. I'm not saying that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, a lot of people I've seen do that. But I'm just putting this information out there for you so you know if somebody says, hey, we'll pay you 40%. You're not generally, probably not contracted to a brokerage. And if you are, you should go try to find a contract someplace else. Because, like I say, average is going to be 60. Being new, if you're contracting to a brokerage brand new, you still want to be on a 60% contract. You're just probably not going to get all the perks. What perks am I talking about? Well, if you've got experience, you've got a book of business, brokers will pay your load boards. You know, those kind of perks. I've seen where brokers have actually paid for an agent's office space. Okay, you know, you've got to be producing that money. It's just like anything else. If you're good, your people are going to pay you more. You know, because they want you working for them. All right. Now, something else, and I see this more than I'd like to in broker agent contracts. Now, when I say I see this more than I like to, understand that at Taltoa, we train and we consult, and part of our consulting is simply we have clients that maybe contract on to a broker, maybe outside of our mentorship program, or they exit the mentorship program, that's our guaranteed placement, and they move on to another broker or whatever. And, you know, part of our service to our clients is, you know, and we tell them, hey, before you sign a contract as a broker agent, if you want us to look it over for you, we will. No, we're not attorneys. We don't give legal advice, but as I'm going over in this video, we know what we're looking for. And I'll be quite honest, too. Often, we have found things in a broker-agent contract the broker actually didn't know was there. And once it was pointed out to them that, you know, hey, no, we don't want that in there. And they take it out. But anyway, you should only be responsible for your commission only, what the broker actually paid you, if the customer failed to pay your broker for the load. Okay? I have seen it more than I'd like, to where the broker tries to make the agent responsible for 100% of the load that the customer didn't pay. That's just wrong. Matter of fact, I've gone around with some factoring companies, doing some research on them. Well, let me get back to this. What I'm saying is wrong. The broker approved the credit for your customer. If they approved the credit, the recourse, it's all on them. In other words, they approved it. You know, otherwise, you know, if you're having to pay 100% of what your customer didn't pay to have that load moved, what's to keep the broker from approving everyone, not doing any checks? And that's pretty much what I have gone round and round with factoring companies before, because that's in another video. You can look back just a few weeks ago, a few videos back. We talked about factoring companies, and we talked about recourse, non-recourse factoring. So what I'm getting at, if you like using that $400 net, you made $240, that customer didn't pay, you should not be responsible for the full $2,000. You should only be responsible for your commission that was paid you, the $240. I mean, that's only right. I mean, you know, it's your customer. They didn't pay. You got paid. If the broker didn't get paid, yeah, we'd like to be able to keep the $240, but reality, that wouldn't be right. We should be responsible for that amount of money. Now, let's take it back to Taltoa for a moment. Our mentorship program, all of our training and consulting packages, the ones you see that include, once you finish your training, where you can come into our mentorship program, that allows you to begin your broker operation as a freight broker agent under us, through us. We are overseeing everything you do. You're going to be working through a licensed broker, but we're going to be overseeing everything. So essentially, yes, you're going to be a sub-agent, but don't let that worry you, because in the mentorship program, you move a load, you're going to be paid 60% on commission on the net. Okay, so we're paying the standard. Again, the mentorship program is there for you to become operational, to begin getting experience, as well as building a customer base. Okay, pretty cut and dry. Now, as you go through the mentorship program, when you come to the other side of the mentorship program, where you're ready to move on from the mentorship program, be it your time is expiring, or you feel like you're ready to go and become a freight broker agent direct with the broker. If you've been active, you'll have the opportunity to become an agent direct for Tautoa Logistics. That's the logistics side of Tautoa, which we just started back in June. It's just now starting to become very active. So keep that in mind. When you go through Tautoa, we want you to succeed. We're not just training you and saying, hey, good luck. We're going to give you all the opportunities in the world to be able to succeed. You've got to do the work. Remember, as a freight broker agent, you're an independent contractor. If you don't work, you're not going to make any money. Just like any business. If you have a brick and mortar store, and if you don't ever go to work, unlock the doors, put the open sign on, you're not going to make any money. Same thing with being a broker. There's a lot of people out there, and I've seen it, I've heard it, hey, yeah, you can make $100,000 a year as a freight broker. Yes, you can, but not tomorrow. You've got to build that business up. Okay, if you'd like to talk to me, feel free to call me at 479-668-0838. Be happy to talk to you about Tautoa, our training, freight brokering, answer any questions you may have. You can visit our website too, Tautoa.com, TALTOA.com. All right, very good. Hope this helped you. If you're looking at signing or getting a freight broker, becoming a freight broker agent, getting a contract or whatever, look it over. Anyway, have a good Friday. Have a good TGIF, a great weekend, unless, of course, you've made other plans. See you later.